Okay. Oh. Hey, it's Gracie Justice, and you are watching the Gracie Justice Show. Today's session is the most exciting one and my favorite because it's Q&A. I'm going to answer all your questions today. So let's get started. Here is question number 1. How do I start a business with little or no money? Well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to be able to identify what type of business that you really want to go into. Because if your idea requires some sort of initial investment and you don't have money, then you might consider approaching the bank or some investors in order for you to get the money that you need. But if what you want is to start something of your own without money at all, then you have to start, for example, a business that provides services, because what that will do is it will allow you to be able to cut down on costs. But it has to be something that you love to do. It has to be something that you are very passionate about. So it could be you could start something doing people's hair, for example, or starting a business providing some sort of advice. For example, it could be marketing advice or some parenting advice. But that will require a lot of effort from you, because you have to be able to put in the effort for you to be able to get the clients that you need. But the good thing is, at the end of it, you get money, okay? And that may require a lot of time at first because it's hard. You're not selling a product, you're selling a service. But remember, you are going to get paid for it. So you have to make sure that your service is amazing, okay? Your service can provide to people great quality, okay? Great value. That is what you need to do if you want to start a business without money. And let's move on to question number 2. And that is, which is more important in a business? A cheap price or a good service? Well, a good service will allow you to be able to attract the customers that you need, okay? I know people that charge £5,000 an hour because their service is just good and everybody wants to pay them for their services. If you have a good service, you will have control. That is in terms of setting your prices, so you can easily get a lot of people. But if you focus more on setting a cheaper price for your product or your services, you will get people initially. But if the quality of your product or your service isn't good enough, you will lose customers. So my advice to you is, don't focus too much on creating something that you will charge people less for, but focus more on building a product or a service that provide good quality, okay, to people. Because once you have a product or a service that offers people value and is of good quality, people will pay you for it. And let's move to question number 3. That is, why did you start your business? This is an interesting one. I started my business because I wanted to help people, okay? I wanted to help people to become financially free, especially people from disadvantaged background or young people. I really wanted to create something that can allow them to be able to create jobs. And I personally believe that my mission is to be able to help people obtain the secret to financial freedom through entrepreneurship education. So I do this because I want to help people to be able to start their own businesses. That is why I started my own business. And question number 4 is, do you think in the future you will write a book full of your business knowledge, journey, life and tips? This isn't something that I've been thinking about, let's say, for the past years, but I think this is important, and yes, I'm going to write a book later on about the things that I've learned in business, about my life, my journey, the struggles, the challenges, and everything that I've learned, so that I can then inspire and help other people to be able to start their businesses out as well. And I think it's important to share the knowledge so that you can help other people not to make the same mistakes that you made. So yes, I will write a book, and when the book is ready, I will let you know. And question number 7: what has driven you to keep going? Well, I'm going to share with you 3 important things, okay, that always helps me to keep going. And every time things get hard in business or in my own personal life, I tend to always rely on these 3 things that I'm about to share with you right now. The first thing is I tend to focus on the destination, okay? I tend to focus more on the why. Why am I actually doing this? Why am I actually in business? Because it's so easy to get caught up with, what's not going right, with everything that we're trying to fix, because sometimes things can just go wrong, like right, left, center, everywhere. But I tend to focus more on the destination, on the why, so that I pay less attention to what is happening right here by me. And every time I do that, I tend to move a lot closer to my goals, okay? And the second thing that I do is I tend to focus also on the people that depend on me, because if, let's say, God has appointed me to be able to set an example, let's say, for the people of my country, and I don't achieve my goals, or I don't get to the place where God wants me to get to, then I have failed not just me but everybody else that depends on me. So I really pay attention to that, because I think that's how it works, okay? And the third thing is, when things aren't going well, I always tend to pull my faith. I know I always do this all the time, but I tend to always rely so much on God, because I believe that God is the one that can create a way where there seems to be no way. So that's how I live my life, okay? When things don't work, I apply these 3 principles, and they help me all the time. And here's another question: is there a particular age to start a business or no? Well, no. There is no specific age or required age for somebody to be able to start a business. You can start a business if you're 12 years old. You can start a business if you're 65 years old. That's why we have young people owning businesses, and also older people owning businesses. There isn't a specific age, but you have to know certain things, okay? You have to know what value that you want to add into people's lives. If you don't know what difference you want to make, then don't go into business, okay? You have to know what value you want to add into people's lives, and also what product or service you want to offer. Just do a bit more research. You understand the market well, and when you're ready, start. And when is the best time to start? Is in fact right now. Start something today, okay? It may be business, or it may be something that you really want to do, but you feel like, I'm not ready. Start it right now. Start it today, because you will only get better if you start today. That's it from me, guys. And if you have a question that you want me to answer in my next session, then leave that question in the comment section below, because I want to hear from you. And I'll see you next time.